it's on my. Okay. Shall we get started then, everybody? Yeah. All right. So now we are official, all right, everyone? All right. So I'm gonna roll the dice. I need 3 equations. Okay. I get 3 people to give me those 3 equations. Hopefully we can have a productive class. Now we've been finishing today early, so hopefully you have a little extra time to just chill and enjoy the fact that it's Friday. Okay, after we're all done here. Okay. And your assessment is on not Monday, but the following Monday, Monday the 8th. Okay, so we'll finish up stuff on Tuesday, review Thursday, assess on Monday. That's also the day that all your assignments for this first topic are due. If you don't have it done on Monday, the 8th, I'm not taking it after that point. Okay, so get that done. All right, Will, I need an equation for number 1 if you have one for me, please.
125x plus 1500.
And what's missing for the beginning?
Y equals.
Bingo. Thank you very much. All those in favor say aye.
C.
Very good. Well, how did you determine that 125 was your slope? What give it away?
Because she makes 125 for every house that she builds.
Very good. So the key words here were for every, right? That's your synonym then this time for per. Okay? We're looking for words that mean the same as per. That represents a rate. Okay? In our case, it represents the slope. All right? Very good with that? Good. Let's roll again and get somebody else to be equation number 2. Let's see who it's going to be. Oh, it's going to be somebody that's not here today. Kate is not with us. Okay, so we'll switch to Jenna. Can you give me number 2, please?
Y equals 200x plus 1,500.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. I agree. So now then the slope changed. Okay? Excellent. And for the last one. And for the last one. Let's see what we have this time. Well, it's my buddy Liam. Hi.
Y equals 125x plus 2,000.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No, seriously. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Good. Nice job, everybody. Couple of follow-up questions now for you. Okay. Question number 1. Raise your hand and answer, please. Okay. Considering all 3 equations, if you graph them all on the same plane, which 2 would represent parallel lines? Okay. If you graph all 3 equations on the same plane, which 2 would represent parallel lines? Okay. Liam was first.
1 and 2.
And explain your reasoning, please. Would you like to change your answer?
Yes.
To what?
1 and 3.
Explain, please.
Because it's starting at 2 different points, but the rate of change is still the same.
That's exactly right. 1 and 3 are parallel, they have the same slope. Okay? Very good. Now, 1 and 2 are not parallel, but they intersect at 0, 1500, because that's the y-intercept. Okay? That's the difference there. Now, just consider 1 and 2 for a second. Okay? And disregard 3. Question number 2. On your fingers, show me a number. Okay? Which equation has a steeper slope? Equation 1 or equation 2? Which equation has a steeper slope? Equation 1 or equation 2? Okay, number 2 is correct. The steeper the number, the steeper the slope. Okay? Any questions? Excellent. Today, we're going to focus a little bit of time on what do we do if I give you linear equation information in different formats. And you're supposed to compare and analyze and those kinds of things. Okay? We're going to spend a little bit of time about that. And at the very end, a couple of questions again about linear relationships versus nonlinear relationships, which we'll finish them on Tuesday. Okay? So we get all that done, and we're going to call it a week. Okay? So this probably will be pretty swift. Okay? If we can get through everything. So, let's go. Go to your notes for me, please. And we need to go here. That's the last problem from Wednesday, right? Go on the screen. Good. All right, so here's the new problem today. Right here. Get it in your notes, and then I'll talk about directions. All right, you guys ready? So here's what I want you guys to do. We're gonna take the green group. Peyton, you're gonna work with the yellow group on this problem, okay? And Shelby, you're gonna work with the blue group on this problem. All right. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to work in pairs, okay? There are 2 companies up here, and each company has its own information associated with it. All right. Before we work problems A, B, and C, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get an equation for each company. Okay. So I want a linear equation for A and S, and I also want a linear equation for EJ Excavate. All right. So within your groups, my suggestion is that perhaps you work close to somebody. So like for example, Finn and Brighton work one of the equations together. Jenna and Peyton work the other one. Okay. Likewise over here, Shelby and Liam work one together. Will and Anna work one together. Okay. Which one you decide to do, that's totally between your groups. Okay. I don't care, but I need 2 equations from both groups. Does everybody understand directions? Okay. Might be helpful to mark your text too, so you know what information pertains to what company. Okay. I'll give you a few minutes to work on this, and then I will check it on the other side. Here's some good dialogue as I go by, okay? Which company were you assigned? Okay. Who's doing A and S? Who's doing EJ? You guys are doing A and S? Okay. Then you write an equation using information about how that gives you the total cost of using the A and S company. Okay. That's what you need to do. And then Payne and Jen will do the same thing for EJ. Okay. Gotcha. And then when you guys both have your equations, you'll come together and get both of them so everybody has 2. I'm going to go over here and mark the text, and I'm going to have groups report out. Okay, so make sure you guys are ready to go here. Okay, all we're doing is we're just getting our equations right now. We're not doing anything else. We'll do the rest of it together. Okay, we just need to get our equations right now so that we can move on to some of those other things. Okay. So talk to your group mates, make sure you have both equations for both companies. Are we ready? Okay. I'll ask for the ANS equation from the blue group. Okay. So can somebody in the blue group give me the slope, and only the slope for the ANS company? What's the slope from your equation? 2,000. Very good. And how are you able to get that, Shelby? Yeah, and it also says each month. There's that keyword for per again. Okay, each month. Good. What's the y-intercept then, Shelby? Excellent. And what was your equation? Excellent. Everybody okay with that one? Good. Let's talk about how to get the EJ one because that one came from the table. Okay, so we have to remember some things from that one. Uh, yellow group, did you guys get your slope for that one? What's your slope? 3,000. Mm-hmm. And remember, slope's just the number. The variable doesn't matter there. Okay, but very good. And what's your y-intercept? You got 0. 0 is the correct answer. Okay, nice job. Let's talk about again how to get these things from the table because I noticed on the assessment those were a couple of things that some people missed. Okay, so remember how you get slope, rate of change. Okay, remember this is your x row, this is your y row. Okay, of your table, and the reason why is because the total cost depends on the number of months we're drilling. Okay. Y is always the dependent variable for our situations in this class. All right. So Y depends on X. Y is on bottom. X is on top. Does that make sense? Okay. So to find slope, remember slope is changing Y, we're changing X. You just take two entries in your table and subtract them. That becomes 3,000. This is 1. So your slope is 3,000 over 1. Everybody see how we got that? Good. To find the y-intercept, this is something that I will give you. Okay, you do not have to solve for anything or do any special math to get it. I will give it to you. You just have to know where to find it. Okay, in your table, you're looking for the entry where the x value is 0. That happens here. Okay, so since that happens there, the y-intercept is the y value for that entry. Okay, where x is 0. So this time it is 0. Okay? So the equation then, y equals 3,000 x. Now you can have the plus 0 at the end if you want to, but you will not see that formally. Okay? That will not be in like a textbook or anything like that or on an assessment. Okay? But if you put plus 0 at the end, I will still count you correct. That's perfectly fine. Are we okay with that? Good. Are we okay with how we got these two equations? Excellent. Let's start doing some analysis here. Okay? Let's say that I need to hire a drilling company, and they both tell me it's going to take 10 months to do my drilling job. Okay? Which company should I select to do the job? If I'm looking for the cheaper option. How can I figure this out? What's your strategy? Okay, why don't you talk in your groups, okay, and come up with a strategy. I'll give you 45 seconds or so. Discuss, go. thinks they have a strategy that we can use here. Okay. Jenna, what are you gonna do? Okay. Anna, what were you gonna do? Same thing? Nobody selected to graph them? I'm shocked. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I know you guys. You guys avoid graphing at all costs, right? If you could. Yeah, if you can pick a different method that's more efficient, then pick it. Graphing is a way. Is it the most efficient way? No. Okay? But you can graph them to figure it out that way if you needed to in the pinch or whatever. But the way that Jenna and Anna suggested is a good way. We're going to replace x with 10, okay, because we're looking at this for 10 months. And just do the math, all right? So have your calculators ready for me. I'm going to need your help, all right? All righty. So we're going to start here with A and S, okay? The equation again, whoops, didn't come in very well. Y equals 2000x plus 6000. X is what, class? 10. Y equals 2000 times 10 plus 6000. What's 2000 times 10? Very good, 20,000. Add these together, what do you get? 26,000. Excellent. Okay. Let's do the same thing for EJ. Start with the equation. Yes, this is expensive. Y equals 3,000 times x. Okay. I'm sorry. I meant to put 10 in the parentheses that time. 10. And y then equals what? 30,000. Okay. On your thumb, show me which company you would select for this job. A&S is thumbs up. EJ is thumbs down. Okay. State your reasoning, please. Brighton. By how much? Perfect. Okay. And you just compare linear relationships in different forms, everybody. Okay. The idea is to get them into the same form so then you can compare them. Sometimes it'll be better to do that with a graph. In fact, your fire problem on Tuesday, we will be graphing. Okay. But for this purpose, writing them as both equations works great. Okay. Any questions? Let's do it again. But before we do that, I'm going to write down our answer here to the problem. So what we're going to write down here, we will select, what was it again? Which company? Good to go? That takes care of everything, doesn't it? All right, so here's the deal. We're going to select A&S, but then when we go to make the call to tell them that we're going to select A&S, both companies call us back first and say, wait a minute, we made a mistake. We didn't calculate something correctly. It's not going to take as long. It's only going to take 5 months to do the drilling instead of 10 months. Okay? Now what company do we select? Do we stay with A&S or do we switch to EJ? Okay? Figure this out on your own, guys. And have the mathematical evidence to prove your point. Okay? This time x is going to be what value, everybody? 5. Very good. I'm rolling the dice on this, so be ready to go. Go through group mates. Make sure you guys are all okay on the answers. I'm going to roll the dice, okay? Get ready to go. Have the evidence for me, too. You do the math. Make sure the math is in your notes. Who do we have this time? Nobody. Let's try again. Same combination. Let's try again. That's better. Liam. How about ANS for me? Can you help me figure out how much it's going to cost to use them? Okay, go for it. Because you do 2,000 times 5, correct? What is 2,000 times 5? You're good. Looks good to me. Still 16,000. Okay, let's roll again for somebody else. Oh, I got doubles this time. Let's pick Peyton. Okay, Peyton, X is 5, right? So what's 3,000 times 5? Close. Try again. Just do 3 times 5 and add 3 zeros at the end. Make it a little bit easier. 3 times 5 is what? Add 3 zeros at the end. There you go. Little trick there. Okay. Now, on your thumb, which company would you pick? ANS is thumbs up, EJ is thumbs down. Everybody has their thumbs down this time. EJ is $1,000 cheaper, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Now, isn't that interesting? Because before, you picked ANS, and it was a 10-month job. Now that's a 5-month job, you're picking EJ. What does that tell you about things? Any observations about that? I find something interesting here. Anybody else, or just because I'm a math guy? Well, you're all math people, but you get my point. Anybody find anything interesting? Ben?
ANS is better for doing jobs that will take longer.
Why is that?
If we look before the previous problem, the 10 months, it said that it would only take $26,000 instead of $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
ANS is better for longer jobs.
Okay.
And
Is there a place where you would pay the same amount regardless of the company? Is there a time frame there, a number of months perhaps, where you might pay the same amount at both places? Can anybody find it? Anybody think they have a lock on what it might be? Those numbers for 5 months are pretty close. I wonder if it's close to 5 months. Liam?
6 months.
Liam claims it's 6 months. Is he right? What is 3,000 times 6, class? 18,000. What is 2,000 times 6?
Oh.
That's 6,000 more. Bingo. That would be it, right? Okay. We just did part C. We're done with this problem. You want to get this in your notes? Take a picture of it, okay? We have 2 more problems to do today, and we're finished. These are quick. All right. Are you guys ready to move on? I'm going to show you a couple of things, okay? There's a question I want you to answer, and you'll have to do is show me a thumb, okay? But after you show me a thumb, we talk about it, then you need to write down the response, too, okay? Ben?
it says it will cost $18,000 to drill 6 hours.
I know. I put that on there wrong, didn't I? Yep. That's my mistake. Thank you for correcting me. I know. I just tried to prove that I'm not perfect, and that's just the reason why. Okay.
There's one more.
There's one more.
Yeah.
Oh, there is up here too, isn't there? My gosh. Yep.
Alright. That was all.
Thank you. I've been going through here and making changes to the template today, so I'll go back and make those changes too. All right, are you guys ready to go on? All right, here's the next problem. What I need you guys to do for me is look at the problem and give me one answer. Okay, the problem is, which graph below shows a linear relationship? Okay, which graph below shows a linear relationship? On your thumb, show me. A is thumbs up, B is thumbs down. Be prepared to explain your reasoning. Okay. Will, you have a thumbs down for B. Why? Exactly. Okay. Oh, by the way, just out of curiosity, who remembers what the other criteria for a linear relationship is if you're not graphing? Graph as a straight line is one thing. What's the other thing? Who remembers what the other condition is? There's another condition here. Ben, you remember what it is?
If it's on like a table, then you have to find a common thing to do to all the numbers to get the outputs.
What do we call that? You're right. He's got to give you the formal name for it. You know what it's called? It's 3 words. The middle word is of.
I have no idea.
Rate.
Rate of change.
Yeah, that's the one.
The rate of change has to be
Consistent.
constant or consistent. Yes. Okay. All right. Don't forget those things. They're going to come up again on Tuesday. Okay. Graph B is linear because the graph is a straight line. Okay. We have one more problem. Did everybody get this down in their notes? There's not going to be any assignment over these kinds of problems. So the best thing you have is your notes, and then you review it for your test. I'm not going to give you a separate assignment over this stuff. Okay. So this is going to be important to have in your notes so you have references. Everybody good? All right, last problem for the day, and we're going to do more of these on Tuesday, okay? Which graph below shows a non-linear relationship, okay? Show me again on your thumb which one it is. B again is correct. Nice job. Why is it B again? Remind me. It's not a straight line. Very good. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, we're finished. I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll be done.